Good morning, beautiful people, soil brothers and soil sisters. Hello, Ed's attention to detail. Good morning, Kingsway Gardening. How are you doing, soil sister? How was y'all's weekend? Hopefully, it was as blessed as mine. I didn't do much of anything. This sun is crazy this morning. I love it. But it is like I need my husband's sunshades right in my face. What y'all doing today? I'm glad to see you here. Y'all make sure y'all check out Kingsway and her glam shed. Is that what it's called? Your glam shed? I think that is amazing. I'm gonna have to get my husband to step it up a notch and build me a glam shed. That's like Cheryl She Shed. He said, "What's a she shed?" Come on, gotta get with the program. So, how was y'all's weekend? Did y'all do anything exciting? Did you just relax? Oh, what is the weather like? Ooh, it is finally fall in Savannah. I ain't mad because I like the fall weather. I just don't want it to get too cold too quick. So, what's y'all weather like? Hopefully, it's not too too bad yet. I think this morning. Let me see. When I woke up, it was maybe 50 degrees, I want to say 50-ish. So right now our plants aren't in any danger. We have the framing up for the mangoes, the greenhouses for the mangoes. We have the framing up. All we have to do is put the plastic on it. But if it's not cold enough, we really don't have to worry about it. So right now we just keeping an eye on the weather and going with the flow. Let me see. Good morning. Trying to keep up with everybody coming in while I can. Good morning, Miss B Finesse. Good morning, Terrence. Nice to see you too. I hope everybody had a good weekend and having a great morning. What's y'all weather, Miss B? What the weather like down there? Ooh, I think we finally getting in the fall. Two glam sheds. Yes, I love it. I told my husband, well, you gonna have to step it up a notch. So we gonna see what that means. He was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna build a." I said, 60s there. Okay, that's not bad at all. I told my husband about your glam sheds. He said, "Yeah, I'm gonna build a garden box, a garden bed, so we can plant some more vegetables." Nice walking weather. Yeah, that's good weather. I stay trying to get these spots off me. The sun was shining so bright I had to slide up. But yeah, that's perfect weather to walk in. Not too hot and not cold at all. But it's that heat, you try to stay away from. But I don't know. I like the heat. I can go sit at the beach all day. It can be 100 degrees, and I will sit out at the beach, especially if it's a breeze, because you can get in the water, to cool off, and then you go sit or lay down on the beach. And of course, the sun will fry you for a little while, but I don't know. I got this weird thing about the beach. I do not get tired. My husband, he'll put on his gear and go out there and fish, and the water is up to his chest. Meanwhile, I'm thinking the nearest shot gonna get me. He always say, "Why will a shot bypass all these people and come to get you?" Well, that's a pretty good question, but I'd rather be safe than sorry, so I don't go out there. The beach is relaxing. I'm just like, I ain't for that playing in the water. But when we went to Miami, because the water is so clear, when we went to Miami and somewhere else we went, West Palm Beach. the water was so clear. I felt a little more comfortable about going out there because I felt like I could see better. So, good morning. I don't want to butcher your name, Rose. I'm gonna call you Rose. Glad to have you here. But yeah, I don't mess around at the beach. I just whew, lay up on the side, sit out there. But when we went to Miami, I went out there and I could not believe that I got my hair wet. It was relaxing. The water was clear. I think it was enough other people out there that could get that the shark could eat and maybe not eat me. So my husband say that's how weird my mom. He said my mom raised us to be scared like that, but no, I see movies like Jaws and whoever else like to eat people. So things that happen like Freddy Krueger. Who is it? Jason's mom. I'd rather be safe than sorry. So, did y'all go out trick or treating? What did y'all do for Halloween? Did you pass out candy? Did you do anything exciting? Anything strange? I know Laquita said she did something strange. It's cool and sunny in Massachusetts. Oh, I got a friend in Massachusetts. Yeah, y'all get snow up there. Snow is not our friend. So if this is your first time here, I am Sherry. Goodness gracious, this sun. I am Sherry from Black's Tropical Homestead. We are tropical fruit growers in a subtropical area. I've been dodging the sun all morning. So what we do here is we grow a lot of plants that are outside of our climate or grow zone. They had to party last weekend. Oh, well, that's good. We don't have we sit so far back off the road. We don't cut the light on, but the trick or treaters don't come. And I don't think this is a safe time to. Um, I just don't think it's a safe time for trick or treating. But to each his own. I don't knock nobody's decision or thing. I just pray everybody stay safe in whatever they choose to do so. But yeah, we grow tropical fruit, mainly tropical fruit. We do try our hands now at a lot of vegetables. We have over 100 plants, trees, bushes, mostly fruit that we grow. And because we are subtropical, we have to do extra work to keep our tropics safe, like our mangoes. So we build little greenhouses to protect the mangoes. So just in case it get too cold, like last year, it was extremely cold. So we didn't do a lot to protect. We didn't do anything to protect our bananas. Far as our dragon fruit, we didn't do all we should have done, and the dragon fruit suffered a lot from the cold snap that we had. So this year we are very prepared for that. So hopefully they will not be so upset because this year we didn't get any blooms off of our dragon fruit. So I think what they did was spend the entire year just growing and recuperating from that cold frost. But now they have grown back and they are so beautiful and big and strong. So we gonna do whatever it takes to protect them through the winter. So the fall, the spring, when springtime comes, everything will still grow. I'm hoping our mangoes will still grow. Oh, cold weather, yeah. We are prepared for anything, but I'm hoping we can keep the mangoes warm enough to where they still grow inside the greenhouse. So dragon fruit is it's a different type of fruit. It's so many different variety of dragon fruit. Some are sweet, some have like no taste to them at all. Some have bigger seeds than others. You can actually taste the seeds. Some of them, the seeds are so small to where it's much of nothing. But some are so sweet to where you'll fall in love with dragon fruit. If you get the wrong one, you'll say, "Oh no, that fruit is not for me." So, I always tell people to try different variety if you can. Like you can go to Publix here and buy dragon fruit. And the red one, if you buy the red variety dragon fruit, you'll be like, nah, that I don't care for that. But if you buy the yellow variety, which is well, if you like sweet fruit, the yellow variety is the sweetest. So my husband usually makes smoothies or something with it and mix it with other fruit. So you really can't tell that it doesn't have a taste to it, but it's good. So oh yeah, yeah. Look it up. Dragon fruit is very popular, and we went dragon fruit crazy last year. So that's what we started with banana and dragon fruit. Good morning, Melissa. How are you doing this morning? How are the fur babies? Did they have enough Halloween trick or treating yesterday? I saw the kids all dressed up, looking all cute. So Melissa is my sister, and she dressed her fur babies. I think I only got a picture of three of them. Melissa, did Chloe not dress up yesterday? She didn't. Was it Chloe? I didn't see in the picture, but her kids were all dressed up and ready. But actually, my entire family was dressed up because my nephew, his dog was dressed up. My nephew was dressed up. I saw one of my nieces who were dressed up. They were all so cute. I'm so proud of their parents. They went all out this year. My sister-in-law, she had all of her kids dressed up. So I like that. We don't technically celebrate Thanksgiving. I mean, not Thanksgiving. We don't celebrate holidays for the most part, but we do love to dress up for Halloween. Halloween as an adult can be so much fun, but so we will dress up and we like to go downtown and see different costumes and see how people go all out. So you were busy helping your daughter move. Yeah, they got plenty of treats. Oh, Chloe, she's so tiny, but like I told you, when she got sick, that she is a mother, she is a woman, and she will bounce back. And look at that. Within what, 2 weeks or so, Chloe was good to go. Yeah, dressing up is always fun, especially as an adult. So, last night I was in a chat and she was playing this trivia, Halloween trivia, and I thought that was fun. But she would ask questions like, "When you watch a scary movie, are you the one to go to sleep, or cover your eyes, or scream?" I guess I can say I'm one that would cover my eyes, but I'll fall asleep because, like, I don't know, something about it doesn't excite me or keep me up, so I just go to sleep. So, but if I'm awake, of course I'm gonna cover my eyes because I don't like to see anything too gruesome or too crazy because I want to go to sleep when it's time to go to sleep, but I always fall asleep. But she was talking about the old, yeah, you cover your eyes. She was talking about what was your first Halloween costume or something. Have you ever toilet paper or egg somebody's house or car or whatever? But we were talking about the cheap masks that they had when we were young, and the strap would irritate your ears. I thought that was funny. You like old black and white movies? Yeah, Melissa, I know you love scary movies. Oh my God. I cannot. Like, I've tried to watch Annabelle. I can watch them during the day better than I can at night. I like the stories about Annabelle and um whatever. I can't even think of the name of them because I don't watch them enough. But I think those stories are interesting but creepy. So I definitely can't watch them when I'm by myself. But then I don't want things to freak me out, and then I'm scared to go to the bathroom, or I'm worried about too much. So I don't know. It's just being scary movies don't. And my husband loves scary movies, but I'm just like, let me go to sleep because I don't want to hear it. I don't want to see it, but and I don't want it to freak me out when I do go to sleep. So that'd be my thing. That during the day, let me watch it early so I can do other things and get my mind right. And then when it's time to go to bed, I don't have that problem. But the first costume I can remember is Red Riding Hood. I don't think I can remember my first costume. I want to say maybe a princess, but I can't really remember my first costume because I'm the baby. Hey, Ellie JJ. I'm the baby and I'm the only girl. I have five brothers, so I can't remember. I'm gonna assume my dad probably made me a princess or something because I'm the baby and the only girl. So, but I don't know. Like I can remember doing gingerbread houses every year with my dad. I just can't remember exactly what I dressed up as a child growing up. But I have one cousin. He was born on Halloween, and I raised him. I kept him for about 7, 8 years. Every year, instead of going trick or treating, I would have a Halloween party for him. Oh my God, it was the most fun. And remember, Melissa, remember that year he said he dressed up as Stefan, and he dressed up as my brother, and he had his ripped up T-shirt on, and he had black. I guess it was supposed to have been facial hair, and my brother loved to fish, so he would say he was my brother. But that I cannot remember myself as a child for Halloween, which is weird, I guess. But you know, everything was better when you were younger because you had communities and it was fun. It was safe. You didn't have so much to worry about versus now. Everything is like, I don't know. So I think Halloween parties are awesome, especially when you have kids. It's safer. I'd rather buy your cake and candy, make little treat bags for your family. It's much better. But fortunately, I'm not gonna say unfortunately, my cousin is grown now and he's a grown man, and so proud of him being a grown man and doing grown things. So yeah, I'm not too fond of scary movies either, Larita. I don't know. And I know I saw where Rose said that the newer movies are pretty scary. I don't watch too many of them. Like I said, I have one. I think it's just Annabelle that I've watched, but I like the story. I think the creators, the ghost hunters or whoever they were, the husband and wife, I think they are creepy, but I think it's a good story that everybody should listen to or watch. But I would watch it around noon, so you got plenty of daytime hours to get out of here. I don't want to wake up and think my husband is Annabelle or something. He touched me and I'm like thinking it's the doll. But yeah, you always do parties at church for children. Yeah, that's always good. Bobbing for apples. Do you hear anybody talk about bobbing for apples anymore? Like none of those games you don't hear anything about anymore. So I don't know. I don't know. I mean, what people do for fun. So did y'all cook anything exciting? So y'all know we have our plant-based segment coming up in a few minutes. And we're gonna talk about good eats. I cooked something. I think he said he liked it, so I cooked something I'm gonna share with y'all yesterday. It's so many challenges going on, and all morning I watched these bean collaboration. Best Yet Journey is doing a bean collaboration. I watched every video that into it. And I'm like, oh man, now I need to fix some beans. And I was thinking maybe I should cook some lima beans or something. You didn't cook yesterday? I cooked. I was like, let's cook something. So I cooked. And I was like, I don't know how my husband gonna feel about this. But good morning, Tasha Oshi Grows, Southern Roots. Um I said, well, let me try this recipe on my husband and see how he feel about it. And he came in the kitchen and he said he wanted hot dogs. And I said, no, I cooked. And I want you to try what I cooked. And he had this look like, oh man, here we go. I was so proud of myself. He ate it. And then last night we ate more for dinner. And he said, oh, I could have just ate that. So that, it's always a good feeling to try something new and step outside your comfort zone, which my comfort zone is no onion, no pepper. But I stepped outside my comfort zone and I cooked. And my husband said it was great. And I was like, good, good. So I felt good about it. I think it was borderline um, plant based, but it had a whole lot of good things for you in it. So that made me happy. I started with my onion. I do not like cooking with onions, but I started with my onion. So I was like, if I get this onion in there, and I didn't mince it up. I don't know if you watched my rice video, but in my rice video, I grind the onion up till it was unnoticeable. All I wanted was the flavor. I didn't want to have to bite into an onion or anything. But then I hear my husband say all the time, if you cook it down, it won't taste like onion. It's not raw onion or anything. So yesterday I said, I'm not gonna cut it down. Good morning, Bernie. I said I won't chop it up. I'm gonna keep it kind of chunky so that I have chunks in there, and it turned out good. So, and I see them, and I'm like, I'm not gonna scoop these onions to the side. I'm not gonna, and I ate them. It was great. So I share that with y'all in a few minutes. Soon as my co-hosts come on. I did not cook yesterday. I had a Halloween sleepover with my three little nieces and nephews. All junk food wasted. My house, Tasha Oshi Grows, my house was kid central when I lived in Virginia. All my nieces, nephews, cousins, everybody wanted to stay with me. I mean, I would get them for the day and they would plot all day. Oh, we're going to ask if we can spend the night. Of course you can spend the night. Those kids played video games all night. They ate with, pizza, candy, whatever we had, juice, wasted all night. And I loved it because they got along. To see the kids and hear them playing. And when I say play all night, them kids will play video games all night. When the sun come up, then they want to take a nap. But those are the good days. I'm glad you had your nieces and nephews with you because they'll remember that all their life. I don't care what they go through. They're going to always have that memory that I was with my aunt here or I did that with my aunt. Like family is important, especially the kids, because they remember things for the long haul. So that's great. They were safe and they had fun. They weigh you out. Look, you can't wait to see them go because then it's like, okay, I can have my life back a little bit. But your kids, yeah, I had friends over for sleepovers. Yeah, that was so much fun. We didn't get any trick or treaters either, which I'm glad because we didn't have any candy, which is good because now we don't have to worry about candy to eat over the next few days or weeks. Because if it's Snickers, I'm gonna eat a Snickers every day, or maybe if it's the little ones, I'll eat a couple every day. So we didn't buy any candy. So let's see. Your brother cooked Parmesan garlic, Asian zing, and barbecue wingdings, sweet potato wedges, and steamed broccoli. Well, what's wrong with him? Was he trying to butter you up, Melissa? I know he loved his wings. My goodness. I hope my husband listening to this, but let me repeat that. Melissa said my brother cooked yesterday Parmesan garlic, Asian zing, and barbecue wings. Three different wings in one day. Sweet potato wedges and steamed broccoli. Babe, you hear that? That sounds wonderful. I love when my husband cook. No trick or treaters. Yeah, y'all in the middle of nowhere. Ain't nobody coming out there. And Melissa, are y'all cornfields grown up now? Ain't nobody coming out there. But I love when my husband cook. Oh my God. And I'm not the type of female that will sit and argue that I cook better than my husband. No. My husband cook better than me. And when he cook, I stay out of the way. Now I go and clean the dishes, or he used to chop up his own onions and whatever he do when he cooking, he don't mind doing. I will cut his chicken off the bone or whatever before, but I do not mind letting my husband cook because he cook way better than me. Okay, thanks for coming by, Rose. Nice meeting you. But oh, they didn't plant any yet. So when do they usually plant the corn out there? Because I always thought when it get cold is when the weather start cooling off. Like now is when the corn is getting up there. So I might have times mixed up, but I don't know why I was thinking y'all cornfields. That cornfields are great for Halloween. It make you think of Children of the Corn. Yeah, stay away from there. You have a blessed day too. Stay away from the cornfield. So kids probably ride past your house like, I don't think we should go back there because there's no walking out there where you live. So good morning, Lion Crest. How you doing, Soil Brother? Congratulations on that 1,000 subscribers. Boy, you was rocking that thing last night. I was telling my husband, I said, I heard Joe when he said Lion Crest is at 980 something or whatever. Let's get him to 1,000. I kept flipping back and forth, back and forth. I'm like, okay, 992, 994, 996. I was like, oh, he gonna hit that 1,000 tonight. I was just, I was so excited. Congratulations. You definitely deserve that. Because let me tell you, you will be at 100,000 in no time with that. The way you can teach people just about anything is amazing. So I can't see your channel not doing so good because you got a lot of knowledge. I know you love to read and you research and you get it, but you bring it to the people, and we need that. We need that because we are not, so we don't know. Nobody know everything, but some people know a lot, and you definitely got it. I always recommend people to come check you out because I'm like, I don't know. I definitely don't know. I only been growing for about a year and a half or so. I mean, I've really gotten into it this summer. I don't know nothing. I'm still asking my husband like all summer. I'm like, babe, you want me to go water the plants this morning? You want me to go do this? And he's like, yeah, it's summertime. You gotta water them. I'm like, oh, okay. I just want to make sure because I don't want to overwater something. So I'm still learning, but I love running across people like Farmer Q because he can teach you everything. Like, I mean, he have you out here searching for new stuff and different. I hear stuff like even Gigi. Gigi grew Melissa. Gigi Naturals Homestead. She grow purple bell pepper. When I say, and I'm telling you that because I know you love purple. Oh, we saw Prince the other night too, Melissa. I don't know. I don't think we got a video of him. I think I was live, but Gigi grow purple bell pepper. She said it tastes just like a regular bell pepper, but they were a little sweeter maybe than the green bell pepper. But she grow a purple bell pepper. And when I say purple, I don't mean just a little hint of purple. I mean that deep dark purple, beautiful bell pepper. I don't eat bell pepper, but I would grow it just because they look so nice. Can you imagine sauteing those purple bell peppers with the orange and yellow and green? Oh man, that would just look good. Not that I would eat it, because my husband would add a bunch of, well, I don't eat onions or green pepper, but he would add so many onion in it. He would love it. Of course, he would add shrimp and put that on top of his rice, but that's just not for me. But when I saw that purple bell pepper last night, I was like, oh man, that thing was beautiful. So you should check that out, Melissa. I'm not sure. I can find out the name of that. Farmer Q, you know the name of that purple bell pepper, but Melissa, you should grow that bell pepper. You probably would love that. Hey, corn wheat. Oh, okay. Hey, Hooga Homestead. Hay, corn, wheat, and cotton, and corn. They switch it every year. Oh, I didn't know that. I thought it was corn every year. Yeah, I love watching Gigi. Hooga, the purple bell pepper. Melissa, did you see that? You said you think you saw that yesterday. I want to grow that bell pepper just because of the color. You know, even though she said it was sweet, I want to grow that. But yeah, Gigi is good. Her channel is great. Like, it's so many great channels. How can you keep up with them? I got my bell on. This thing be going crazy, and I'm like jumping around from one place to the next. But now, Hooga Homestead. I see. What's that? A bunny you have as your profile picture? Now my husband is entertaining rabbits. I'm so excited because I can name them and I can train them and get to know them and keep them for as long as I can keep them. I'm like, I won't say nothing to him because I don't want him to be like, oh Lord, she done went too crazy with these rabbits. So I don't say anything, but I am so excited to add rabbits to our collection. I'm like, can we go get them today? But I want to keep my cool. You have 6 rabbits. What kind of rabbits you have? I don't even watch the videos. You think it's just a purple bell pepper? Oh, okay. I'm gonna look into that. I'm gonna see if I can find some seeds because I want to grow that just because I think that's cool. So you have 6 rabbits. I think we're gonna get 3. I just won't show him my excitement, even though now he can hear me talking about it. But I don't show him my excitement. But I am so excited about getting rabbits. Woo! New Zealand and mixed Rex. So I hit. Is it the mixed Rex? So I've heard of the New Zealand. That the New Zealand is the dual purpose. I think I want to find those purple bell pepper seeds also. Yeah, I'm not sure. So um, Garden State Gardener, he featured Gigi's channel last night, and he showed the video about her bell peppers, and I was like, oh my god, yeah, Tasha Oshie grows. I cannot wait to get these rabbits. Like, I'm so excited. I want a pig. But of course, we got neighbors and rabbits. You know, you can have an HOA and have rabbits because they so quiet. They said you only hear them thump if they get nervous about something. They'll thump, but other than that, you don't hear rabbits, and they so clean. So I want them. Yeah, Hooga. Some of them will be pets, but I got some of her bell pepper. Oh, okay. Tasha Oshie grows. Good morning, Oka Stew. But Bernie, some of our rabbits will be. So I think I haven't done much research, but research which ones done does. So a couple people in Savannah, they do raise rabbits, and that's who we gonna contact about them so we can figure out, because I did hear somebody say that they do not like the heat. So if somebody raising rabbits here successfully, they must have a good breed that are good for this climate, which can be very humid in the summer. So we will have some for pets, but we hearing that they reproduce so fast to where we will have a lot of meat in the freezer. So that's gonna be another journey. So, good morning, my vivid life. So I don't know if I've ever eaten a rabbit before, but I guess I might as well get ready to see what that is like, because I don't factor anything out, because you never know what you need to survive. So I'm trying to kind of keep an open mind. I'm trying to keep an open mind so that I think when I was younger, I know squirrel, Melissa, because I think a rabbit. I think Uncle Victor had a rabbit. I heard meat. Put a freezer water bottle. Oh, okay. I heard meat in the freezer, so I'm coming to the chat. Good morning, Laura. Laura. Yeah, so I'm excited about getting rabbits. I'm excited about getting rabbits. I can play with them. I can take them out. I might have to buy a different leash for them. I don't think they can hop away too fast, but I'm gonna make sure. Y'all ate squirrel, then rabbit. I remember the squirrel, which is weird because my dad would split the squirrel down the belly and put them on the grill. Weird, but and I know deer. Hey, Tina Ladybug. Oh, rabbits. Yeah, so easy. So that's what I'm looking forward to. He used to tell me rabbits make you smart. Oh yeah. Oh, a leash for a rabbit. That's a thing, Lauren. I walk my chickens. Yeah, it's a thing. So I would definitely be walking my rabbits. Good morning. Good morning, Des.
Hello,
What
how
are,
are
what are you
you?
talking about? Good morning.
Hey, good morning. How are you today?
Great. How you doing? I keep trying to get this. The sun is moving, so
I know. Isn't it interesting the way this the light will have you looking all different?
yeah, yeah, yeah. Bernie, I walk my chickens on a leash. I want to keep them safe, so when they come out the free range, either you gonna leash up or you gonna stay in.
Poor chickens
Ah,
on a leash. Man, y'all look, you know what? I've never known anybody to walk a chicken on a leash. And I heard you talking about, oh my goodness, rabbit. You said you've never eaten rabbit?
I don't. I don't remember. I remember squirrel, but I'm not too. I don't remember rabbit. I'm not gonna say I didn't eat it because I may have when I was younger. My sister-in-law said I did. So my sister-in-law, we all grew up in the same neighborhood, and she knew us as little kids too. So she basically grew up with us, and she saw all the weird things my dad would catch, and my brothers would cook. But yeah, so we'll get rabbits soon, which I'm excited about. But they'll be our pets. Some of them will.
Nice, nice, nice.
So
Okay,
how was
so
your weekend?
oh, it was busy, but it was good. It's always busy, I will say that.
Mhm.
But it was definitely a good weekend and just doing what we do, cooking, eating, working, all those good things.
Good, good. Did you cook anything exciting?
Let me think. Oh, okay. So I do have a story for you regarding eating out as a plant-based person and fixing this nasty food. Remember, I told you last week if the food is vegan at a restaurant or a public place, that means there's a 50% chance that is nasty.
Yes.
So, honestly speaking, some of the food was good, some of it was nasty. I'm like, how are y'all messing up tacos? Remember, I was in your live stream when you guys were out in costume hanging out in Savannah.
Hmm.
And so you all, I was telling you, like, man, I just got some nasty tacos. Don't do it. Don't get
Yeah.
tacos, right? And so this is the story, but this is a story of how you can save food or repurpose food. You remember last week or the week before when Melissa Jameson said that she's made those refrigerator pickles, but they didn't turn out so great.
Hmm.
And I was like, oh, just fix it. You know, you can always fix it. So this way, if you have something that you don't like so much, you can just fix it, right? That's what I
Hmm.
did with these tacos. So here's the story, and I'll make it quick. And this way, we can get right into our plant based treats segment where we can talk about how we can transform something else. You know,
Yep.
people in the chat can let us know what they're doing. We can talk about what we can eat with rabbits, right? If we're eating rabbits, if we're eating rabbits. I think I've eaten rabbit before because I told you when I was eating meat, I ate
Anything.
everything,
Yeah.
everything, anything except bugs. The legs are kind of creepy to me, but I think if I would have had a chance to try grubs, I probably would have because
Oh,
they're yeah, if once
your
they
neighbor said he had grubs. He
who
said they
have
were gritty. Eco neighbor. He was in
yeah.
the last Friday. He said he ate grubs, but he said they are gritty.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe I wouldn't like them, or maybe I would. I don't know. And of course, I'm plant-based. I don't eat any dairy products from animals. Like I used to like sheep's milk, cheese, and cow's milk, goat's milk, anybody's food. I ate it. But either way, it had to taste good. And
Mm.
I got used to different textures. So I'm not really opposed to different textures. Like if it's gritty, well, what's the flavor and the grit? Let me look at the combination. Let me taste it a few times, right?
Uh-huh.
So yeah, and Uncle Stu was doing it. You see, he had a smoothie this morning.
Oh, Uncle Stu, you're on point. What time is it? 9:45. You're doing good, Uncle Stu.
Yeah, I got to be good. We got an RN in here. Ellie JJ is one of my favorites because she's a nurse too. And us nurses, we're like, woo, we know the struggle of that life. We know it could be interesting.
Yes, yes.
So
Anybody's food, Bernie.
I'm a Bernie. So, and I saw that talk. Who was that talking about the rabbits with gravy? That I want to definitely after I tell you this taco story, I definitely want to revisit this rabbits and gravy because that's how a lot of us will eat food. Like, oh, get some
Mhm,
gravy going, right? So we're going to talk about what you can do with gravy, especially this time of year. We think about Thanksgiving and people just throwing gravy on stuff. So,
mhm,
back to the tacos, right? These are cauliflower tacos that we ordered. So we ordered
mhm,
a couple of different things from this place. One was cauliflower tacos, and typically they will batter and fry the cauliflowers. And so it'll have a more flavor. It'll just have a better texture if you're looking for, something different than just vegetables in a taco. So
mhm.
when they weren't battered, they didn't have a different seasoning either. So they did have pickled onions in there, they had cauliflower, they had pico de gallo, which is like red onions, tomatoes, and stuff.
Mhm.
But overall, it was just kind of like this just tastes like a pickly salad on a tortilla, right?
Mm.
So I was like, and the kids, I created a sauce for it because we didn't opt for the sour cream. They didn't have the vegan sour cream. So we were like, okay, because the vegan sour cream tastes pretty much like any sour cream I've ever had before. We were
Okay.
like, okay, fine. Then I created a sauce that didn't help, sprinkled some salt that didn't help. So I just threw all of those vegetables into the pan. I used the tip that I gave you. I was like, let me just throw all of these into the pot. And I did also add onion. I ground up some onion. I had a couple of red peppers, and I also had something else that garlic. onions, garlic, red pepper. I blended those so this way the rice would be kind of red when I finished. Poured it in there into the pot with the vegetables from the tacos. Added the water. Added the rice, and and boom, it was
Brought it back to life.
yes, brought it back to life. This way the food we paid for, we could eat and enjoy.
Mhm.
Because how sometimes you eat food that you paid for just because you paid for it,
Yeah, yeah.
but you
You don't
kind
want to
of
waste the money.
right, right. So yeah, we just fixed it. And I know that's the thing that you had done with your rice last week.
Yeah,
So
I just fixed it.
go ahead, say that again.
I just fixed it. I added my onion and garlic, ginger, and a little bit of green pepper, which I was afraid of, but
Mhm.
I wanted to step outside of my comfort zone, and it totally worked.
So
Totally.
what flavor did you put in it? Like what kind of seasonings did you put whatever you normally put in it, or how did you work that?
I I put a little bit of the chicken flavor in it. So I use chicken flavor like chicken broth
Yep.
rather than water, and that's what did it. And I said I wasn't gonna add the broccoli to it, but then I said, well, let me add a little bit of broccoli because then I won't we won't have broccoli on the side, but
Right.
he will typically just scoot it out of the way and eat the rice. So he said, oh, you could have put more broccoli in it. So that was definitely a win-win for both of us because I could taste the onion, but I didn't eat an onion. I didn't feel like I was eating an onion, so it was great.
So it's still when you say you could taste it, because what I noticed when I cook the rice this way is that it has a nice sort of a crunch, but not a crunch crunch. Like it has a bite to it, but not a crunch. What about for you? What was the texture like?
I Good morning, best yet journey. The texture, I grind my onion to it was basically paste,
Yeah,
so it
okay.
was just flavor,
Oh, good.
just flavor. But yesterday I cooked and I left my onions bigger just to
Mhm.
test the water, and it turned out perfect. So
Ah. So, okay, so either way it worked then with it blended because yes, when I did my rice, when I had to save those tacos and repurpose them,
mhm,
what I did because I saw Melissa Jameson saying, "I love pico." I'm with her. I love pico, so I was really mad that it messed up I'm like, "You got good pico here, nasty tacos." So anyway, uh, I did just throw those vegetables in from the tacos, the pickled
mhm,
onions, the cauliflower and stuff, pico and whatnot. And there was even some black beans in there. But the red pepper, onion, and garlic, I blended those. So I did like a combination. Most of the time, I'll either just blend all the vegetables or just chop them up and throw them in.
yeah.
But, either way, and I think, you know what? I even had some kale that I had bought from the store. When I tell you that rice, it's so great how you can literally throw everything in the rice. And
Yep.
then it doesn't taste like I'm eating a side of vegetables. I got to
Mhm.
get through these. They're not boring, they're
Yeah.
flavorful and they add to it. So,
Yeah. That was real good. Now yesterday morning when I got up, Best Yet Journey has started a bean collaboration. So I saw
oh,
where everybody, Lady Cheryl, Best Yet, Lion Crest, they were all putting their bean collab videos out. I sat and watched every video, and of course, I'm like, man, I should cook some lima beans. I should cook some beans. So what did I do? I had to cook beans.
oh, good,
So
good.
I told my husband, I said, I need to run to the store because I need something. I want to cook something. But
Mhm.
I didn't want to tell him what I was going to cook because I didn't want him to be like, why is she cooking that? I was
Right.
trying to do recipe on him, but I know sometime he'll be like, well, why are you doing that this way? I said, let me just do and we'll see how it turned out. So I went back there and closed the door so he couldn't hear anything I was doing. I made a short
Mhm.
video and I cooked my beans. But
Nice.
what I made was taco soup.
Oh, sweet. So
And
you put the beans into the soup, the taco soup. That's what they were
yeah,
for? Is
yeah, all my beans went into my soup. So I did use about a pound of ground beef. I fried
Mhm.
my onion and I left my onion a little chunky because I
Yeah.
wanted it to be hearty. And I mixed it. I used kidney beans. I used dark red kidney bean. I used chili bean, black bean, and I used corn.
Nice,
I
nice.
mixed it all together, and he liked it. I had Fritos on the side because it was
Oh, yeah.
tacos soup.
So let me ask you this, about this, because first questions first, I know we don't have a name for this section yet, this plant-based treat section, where I come in and I talk about how we can not replace meat or replace anything, but simply add more fruits or vegetables or whole grains or whole foods to what we're already eating. So first questions first, do we have a name? Did the poll come in? Is
The
that a
poll
surprise,
came.
or are we still waiting? So are we revealing or what's happening?
Are you ready to reveal? The
Um
poll came in. We had some good choices. We had some good choices, but we had one took that just took over.
mm.
So you ready for it?
So I don't know. Do we want to ask the chat if they're ready, or do we just go for it? You tell me.
I don't know. What do y'all think? Y'all ready to see what our new name is for our plant-based segment?
Let's see
Let's
what they say. And I was looking at everybody saying, "Hey, Miss B, nice seeing you as well." I see Larita saying, "I have dry beans soaking for chili." She's showing off.
Good morning, Free Annalie. Yeah, dry bean. I bought canned beans, but I was like, let's try this recipe and see. He said, "Oh, that was pretty good. I could have ate that again." So we had it for supper, but yeah.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, so
Nice.
y'all ready?
Yeah,
All right.
you see where Best Yet Journey says, I did get in the poll. Is she saying, I don't know if it's her or him that's talking, but are they saying I did or I didn't? Because that face that they have beside it looks like, man, I didn't make the poll, but I don't know. I don't know. Either
I
way,
think this name will make everybody happy to you didn't. Oh, she said she didn't.
oh,
That's okay. I think it's a pretty cool name. Chili sounds like a great idea. Yeah. So it sounds like Laquita gonna have to give us a good chili
we
recipe.
Well, you know what? It's so that's what I was going to say though, because the one that you're using, it sounds like that could be our recipe. You know, we can listen to it and we can also get information from everybody else to see what they're putting in their chili. Because chili is one of those foods that you add a lot of whole foods to already. So let's go for the
All right.
reveal.
Let's go. See what our new name
Do we need a
is.
drum roll? Let's
We
see.
we need Corey for an intro.
I know. Hold on. I'm going to get him to do one. Okay. All
Okay.
right.
Corey is the intro man.
So
He
you,
can introduce anything.
yes.
What were you saying, Laquita?
Corey is on the way,
Okay.
and hold on a second. Let me look at him real quick.
Okay. So y'all, last week I put up a poll so that we could name our new segment. Well, so that we all, because y'all are our soil family, and we wanted y'all to take part in helping us name our new segment. So Corey, who is the blind guy, is the pro at introducing any and everything. So y'all will get a sample of Corey's unique talent. Just one of them. His so many talents.
Got it. All right. So Corey is here, and this means that right now, Corey, just so that you know, Some people got into the poll, some people did not. Most people did. She said there was one overwhelming name that, because she put the choices into the poll. And so there was one overwhelming name, and the people were like, yeah, this one, this one, this one.
Mhm.
But, the people have spoken. But in order to do the reveal, we can't just say, hey, y'all, the name is XYZ. And Best Yet Journey is saying hello. She says, welcome, Corey.
Hello, 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 hello.
Hi, Corey.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Um, never mind.
What? You want hold on a second, Corey.
Mute me.
All right, sorry about that. Corey just had to make sure that, we were all ready.
Mhm.
You're
So
fine, Best Yet Journey. We got you.
can I get the choices so I can maybe? How many choices were there?
There
So I can
were,
try to incorporate them into the intro.
okay, let's see. There were three choices.
Which were
Let me go back to
Yeah,
the.
she's gonna go check. Good morning, Foster Family Fun. They're saying good morning.
hey, foster the
Good
people,
morning.
all the other kids with the pumped up kicks.
Okay, so the choices were tasty topics, the
Mhm.
art, the art of eating, and taste buddies.
Mhm.
Taste buddies.
I got a feeling I
The
know which
art of
one
eating
won.
and tasty topics. All right. Well, either way, let us know whenever you're ready for the intro to this segment. And then,
I'm ready.
all right, we're ready. Wait,
All
do we
right.
need a drum roll?
You can give me one.
I'll give you a drum roll. Should I grab a drum or should I just make one up for now?
Just make one up.
All right, I'll make one up for now.
Tasty topics, taste buddies,
And the art
and
of
the art of
eating.
eating. Okay. Here we go. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We are here with Black's Tropical Homestead and Chef LaCue Marie. It's time for the big red carpet reveal of the new title of this special collaboration segment. Will it be tasty topics? Or could it be the art of eating? Or could it be taste buddies? It's time to discover what you, the wonderful viewers you are, have decided for this segment. And now it's time for the name of this segment by Cherie of Black's Tropical Homestead.
Tasty topics.
Ah,
Tasty topics took it for the win.
Ooh. Nice. This is so fun. Okay, we are official tasty topics. And yet my
Tasty
favorite life is in there
topics.
saying, let's go, Corey.
Corey, you are a blessing when it comes to intros.
ah, well, I appreciate it. But I appreciate it. It makes it easy though when we have interesting people to introduce. So interesting things to introduce as well. So, well, tasty topics it is.
So Corey, what was your guess? Because you
I was
thought
gonna
you
say I
knew.
thought it was gonna be taste buddies. I really did. I
Oh,
thought it was gonna be taste
really?
buddies because the whole play on taste buds and then y'all two being friends, buddies.
Yes.
I thought it was gonna
Yeah.
be that one, but I was completely wrong.
Well, best yet,
Who came up with tasty topics?
everybody.
No, I'm saying who came
Yeah.
up with that suggestion?
Corey, you came up
Oh,
with,
I did.
remember?
Oh yeah, I did. I'm sorry. I couldn't remember what I came up with.
You
So-
gave us all three of those as
okay,
options.
okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
you gave us all three of those as options, and the people have spoken.
Yep,
Because Best
yep.
Yet Journey was trying to guess, like, it's probably the art of eating, because that's what I thought it was. Because people
Me
were
too.
saying, like, oh, so you thought they were going to choose that
I,
as
I
well.
love the art of eating, but this is not about me. It's about us. So I liked all of them, but the art of eating was great.
Just do a combo. Tasty art of eating topics.
The art of eating topics.
You try to run all of them together.
Yeah, run them together. But and that they did have a section where they could name some different. Let me see if I can pull them up because I was getting some culinary quickies and we had some good entries. So, but tasty topics took it all. So I'm
Right.
happy with that.
Yeah, me too. I liked all of them because I'm just like, hey, let's just go for it, enjoy it, let's have a great time. And, I liked all of them. So any of them worked for me.
Yeah, yep, and they are tasty topics because I have been 100% successful with every topic that I have tried in my own kitchen. So they are
Right.
tasty topics.
Well,
Well,
I'm going to slide back out of the camera, but before I do, tell Bobby I said, walk like an Egyptian. Laquita told me about his costume. I thought it was cool.
Yeah, yeah, it was. We had fun. That's what it's about. Just having some fun and then getting back in this yard.
Yeah. I had my costume on too yesterday. I pulled my hoodie. I had a hoodie on. I pulled the drawstrings tight so my face was covered. People said, well, what are you? I said, I am a disappointed Washington football team fan.
you don't want to lie.
Yeah.
Oh,
All right, Black Soil family, I'm going to step away and y'all guys have a good conversation with the tasty topics. And
Yeah,
you guys have
Corey.
a great day.
Ellie JJ says Corey never disappoints. I like tasty topics.
All right, thanks, Ellie JJ. All
thank you,
right,
Corey.
y'all take it easy. Deuces.
Deuces. Have a good day.
Deuces.
You too.
A lot of people don't understand just because they don't like plant based doesn't mean it's not good. That's right, Bessie. So Saturday, I think my husband wanted to fast, and that totally surprised me because I'm usually up at 6, 7 o'clock cooking his breakfast, and he said, "Nope, I don't want to eat." I think he didn't.
Mm,
He waited until about 1 o'clock before he ate, but sometimes you have to try new things to see how it worked for your body. And I'm a firm believer now that I just have to try new things and not say, "Oh, I just don't eat this or I don't like that." So it's just how
yeah.
it.
For me, that's one of the reasons why I do eat so many things. And I did even when I was eating meat and butter and eggs and stuff like that and cheese and whatnot. That's one reason why I'm like, well, I really had an affinity towards those things. I'm still eating plenty of them, just the non-dairy versions. I will say that since I don't have any allergies and I don't have any sensitivities really,
Mhm.
so for me, it was just a matter of, okay, just try it. Like,
Yeah,
let me just try it. Like, I have no reason to not try it other than, oh, I just chewed and swallowed that and I didn't care for it. But
yeah.
I can always have something else, and go for it. So, okay, back to your chili. Oh,
Okay.
no, no. I also did we finish your rice? Like I know last week, we were saying add the different things to the rice, and we got your input. We got Bobby's input on the rice, right?
Mhm. Yep. So I think we are good with the rice. He just said add more broccoli.
And this coming from somebody who previously was saying, dude, I mean, how much more broccoli are we gonna have?
Yeah, yeah. Basically, he was sick of broccoli, which I mean, he doesn't say it, but you can tell.
Right,
So,
right. Because
but
it was
now,
like,
yeah, now we don't have an issue with broccoli or onions because yesterday I was like, I'm down to one onion, so I need more onion. So,
nice. So I do want to say this one reason that, and it depends on who you're following or whatever, but one reason that I typically start my food with onions just is because of the health benefits or
mhm,
vegetables in general. So I do want to make sure that everybody knows, like, okay, is this lady crazy? I always try to clear my good name in these streets, guys.
yeah,
I'm not like a vigilante, as Corey would say. I'm just here to say that I eat this food for health benefits. All vegetables, they have the fiber, and fiber really fuels you. It's just amazing. So if you ever want to figure out, like, how can I make myself better health wise, go for the fiber. Don't believe the hype. Read it for yourself. Just research. Uh, Google
mhm,
benefits of fiber from food. Just Google that on your own. And keep in mind, this is not medical advice, guys. YouTube is an entertainment platform, so consult your physician. We put it in the
yes.
chat.
Good morning, kombucha.
Hey, Kimbocha, how you doing?
Good morning, Ellen, Auntie Ellen. Between
Ah,
appointments, glad you stopped in.
We got GI Panky. Okay.
Yep.
Auntie Ellie. So, onions, they contain antioxidants and compounds that fight inflammation,
Mhm.
decrease triglycerides, which are fats, and that's how they reduce the cholesterol levels. Just so that you guys know, I'm reading directly from Google. I put in onions health benefits, and this is one of the first things that came up. So, this is where it's like, oh, okay. Uh, they're good for you. For these reasons, not just they're good for you. So, getting into the chili, you said you put onions into your chili,
The what I made was the soup,
the,
taco soup.
the taco soup. I'm sorry, yes, the taco soup. So you put in what? Which foods?
I put I diced the onion up, but I left it a little chunky. Ground beef, um, and my beans. I use black bean, kidney bean, chili bean, and corn.
Mm. Nice. And so a lot of people will say, like, oh, corn, this is what I used to hear. Let me just say this. I used to
Mhm.
always hear, well, corn is it's just starch. It's not food. And from my understanding, anything that grows out of the ground, now of course you have GMO foods, non-GMO foods, growth modified organisms or growth modification. GMO, that's what it stands for. I'm getting the words mixed up, but basically it modifies something. It modifies your growth
Mhm.
modification, growth modified organisms, something like that. GMOs, Google it, right? And
Mhm.
so that's one reason why I try to go for organic foods, because supposedly they don't have that. They don't have GMOs. So this is where, if you're sourcing your seeds, you might just want to look at, are these GMO seeds? Are they not? Sometimes they say GMO seeds, you have to keep going to get the seeds. You can't keep just growing the food.
Mhm.
However, scientists are saying that nature always wins, and so scientists are saying that a lot of times the food itself will find a way to modify back. It'll
Mhm.
find a way to overcome. And so I'm just saying that for people that say, well, I can't get organic, I don't grow my own food. Either way, it's still better to eat the whole foods, like the corn,
Mhm.
rather than saying, well, I guess I'll just grab something in a package, because the stuff in the package is probably modified and it's in a package. So, and there's a lot of ingredients. So, like corn, it's a great source of antioxidant carotenoids like lutein and zeaxanthin. I'm just reading right from Google, guys. And so imagine that. We don't even know what those words are, but it's something good, right? It's some big words. I will say that they're good for your eye health, and they help prevent the lens damage that leads to cataracts. So,
Okay.
so the lutein and the zeaxanthin, that's what those things are in the corn. They help prevent the lens damage that leads to
Mm.
cataracts. So, if you're wondering, should I eat corn? What is it good for? It has fiber, so throw it in your chili soup, right? Taco
Yep.
soup. Throw it in whatever you have. It's good for you, and it has fiber.
Yep.
All the beans, um, the ground beef. Now here's another thing. I used to try to get the best meat I could, right? Whether
Mhm.
it was grass fed, I didn't know if that was better. From what I'm looking at, the doctors and the scientists are saying this meat isn't better than this meat, but I think it makes a difference, right?
Yeah. Yeah. It does make a difference. So that's why we raise our own chickens.
Yeah, because you can see what's happening to them, how it's happening, and you minimize some of those things. So
Yeah.
is there any food that a particular dish that you were thinking about cooking for this week that you wanted to talk about, or anybody in the chat, did they want to talk about anything that they're cooking? Because I know beans is a hot topic.
Yeah. Like I said, Best Yet Journey is doing a bean collab. So I see Armsby Farm is doing a $10 dinner challenge. So
Ah,
that's what I was, those two collabs had me trying to figure out what do I do. So I
mm-hmm,
said, I know that I can make taco soup for less than $10, but then
Oh,
it's a bean dish too. So I was pushing and pulling between both. Good morning, Armsby Farm. That's Casey at Armsby Farm, and Adventures are out there. Somebody else I saw. She stole my thunder. So
hey, she
um,
stole my thunder. Good morning.
I think now that I have taco soup under my belt, and I'll upload that video soon. I think
Hmm.
I want something with potatoes, whether it's mashed potatoes or if I cube them or dice them, something with potatoes this week.
Okay, so let's talk about potatoes. I'm going to talk about beans and about potatoes because I cook a lot of beans. Well, not really. I could only cook beans maybe twice a month. I think I should cook them more like once a week. So I'm going to talk about beans and potatoes. So typically, how would you have your potatoes as a side dish or as a main dish, with whatever? Like, what else are you cooking with these potatoes? What's a popular way you would cook them?
I am a potato holic. I can eat a potato any kind of way, whether it's boiled, baked, fried, it doesn't matter. Potato, I can eat a potato any kind of way. So
So, okay, then let me ask you this. For this week, let's try. Okay, typically baked potatoes, right? You do baked
mhm.
potatoes. So let's talk about two different ways you can cook potatoes this week. Let's start with baked potatoes because that's super easy. How would you typically prepare your potatoes? I have a feeling
Loaded.
there's broccoli involved, but go ahead. Baked potatoes, what would you put on them?
I could put broccoli on it, but I usually have it on the side. But it's loaded with everything: butter, sour cream, cheese, bacon bits.
Mm-hmm. Why are you already laughing?
But that's a potato. Oh, I can eat my mashed potatoes the same way, loaded, just like a baked potato. So
All right. So let's talk about baked potatoes that are loaded with what you have, but super loaded with the vegetables as well, right?
yeah,
So this is a place to don't put the broccoli on the side. Go ahead and chop up that onion and garlic because you saw kombucha was like, I put onions in darn near everything. She's like
yep.
me. So this is where you can add the onions, the garlic. Another thing that goes well, you often see broccoli, right? You'll often see broccoli as an addition at restaurants and different places. They offer that to serve it. But also think about what else, because you want to think about green foods like the leafy greens, especially this time of year. They were talking about brassicas last week. I know them as cruciferous vegetables. I never even knew brassica was a word, right? So I'm like, oh, yay, I learned something.
Yeah. I told Farmer Q that's why he deserved that 1,000 milestone last night because he is awesome at teaching. He taught us
Yeah,
all something. So Brassica.
right. Exactly. So we are not adding any measurements, David Hunt. We're just gonna guess at it. He always talks about me.
And all of my videos, I'm like, just put a little bit of this and a little bit, and then I'm like, I cannot tell you. I can give you the ingredients, but I can't tell you how much because these are our taste buds. So you may not
Right.
want so much, or it may not be enough. So season it at your own taste. But then when I see your videos, I'm like, look, we didn't even tell us no measurements, but
You know
it's
what?
hard.
So wait a minute. I do have an answer for that. I actually do include the measurements, but what I do is they're at the bottom of the screen a lot of times. And the video, it's so quick. There's so much happening. You have to watch it two or three times to realize all of those things were actually in there. So yes, that's what happens there.
Yeah. Good
Um,
morning, David Hunt.
So, okay, definitely broccoli, onions, garlic. So this is where the way you can do it is some people they just roast everything at the same time. So, me, I don't like to do a whole bunch of different steps. I
Mhm,
like to say, how many things can I do at once, right?
mhm.
Multitask and all of that. So, if you have the baking sheet, baking tray or whatever, go ahead and put your potatoes on one side. On the other side, you would toss your vegetables with a vinaigrette, and I say a vinaigrette because A vinaigrette is simply oil, vinegar, salt, sugar, mustard.
Mhm.
Oil, vinegar, salt, sugar, mustard. That's it. So it's literally twice as much vinegar as oil, right? And you can just Google a recipe also. You can simply Google vinaigrette if you need a recipe. But and you can add other spices, but this is the basic, and it's super amazing. And the mustard is the emulsifier. It just blends everything together. So a lot of times I will either put it into a glass jar so I can shake it. I will put it into a plastic container so I can shake it. So that way, or you just take it and stir it with a fork, right? Put that on your vegetables because a lot of people will just drizzle oil on their vegetables, salt and pepper, but add the vinegar, add the mustard, roast them all at the same time. Potatoes on one side, vegetables on the other side. So this is where you can also add carrots. Carrots have a little bit of a sweetness, but not really. And when you roast them in the vinaigrette along with the broccoli or the kale or the green cabbage, this is a good time to add Brussels sprouts because they're little and cute. Just cut them in quarters. Um, you can cut some green cabbage. I would not roast like this necessarily. You can cut some kale, spinach. You would need to roast the spinach because that kind of wilts pretty quickly. You see Melissa talking about that vinegar.
She love. That's why I was laughing. She loves vinegar. Vinegar and Brussels sprouts. She loves. So I know two things you just said, and she like ding 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 ding. Let me go to the store. But yeah, she loves vinegar based food. Anything.
Right. And I do want to go back and clarify. Larita King was saying, wait, so is the corn bad for your eyes? No, the corn is great for your eyes. What I was saying is earlier about the corn is that people will ask, I've heard people say, oh, corn doesn't have a lot of nutritional value. It's just a starchy vegetable. It's just starch. It's just carbs. And that's not true. I'm reading directly from Google right now, Larita. And so corn is a good source of antioxidant carotenoids. So carotenoids are a certain type of antioxidants, and antioxidants are things that eradicate or get rid of inflammatory cells. It gets rid of those cancer cells. When you hear antioxidant, think of cancer. It gets rid of those cells that are reproducing themselves rapidly, and you don't want that type of growth. So the types of carotenoids specifically they're saying are lutein, these big words, lutein and zeaxanthin. Anyways, long story short, these carotenoids, they help you. They're good for your eye health. They help prevent the lens damage that leads to cataracts. So these set of chemicals or nutrients or antioxidants. Vitamin C is also, corn is great. It's high in vitamin C actually. So you don't have to worry about so much about that damage to your lens that could lead to cataracts. So that's the long explanation. I just wanted to kind of revisit that since you asked. So back to this. You see Melissa Jameson in there going crazy, going good,
both,
crazy, good.
both Melissa's Brussels sprouts. Melissa Barron too saying Brussels sprouts. So yeah.
Right.
I'm not
So
a Brussels sprout. I'm not a fan of Brussels sprouts yet.
you know what? So okay, so here's a secret. Roasting vegetables does something different to them. I didn't like Brussels sprouts as a child, and I realized it was the way they were cooked. It
Mhm.
was because I love cabbage, and people would say, that Brussels sprouts are like little cabbages, but no, they didn't taste that way. But when you roast them, they're better. And when you roast them in a vinaigrette, they're even better. So if you
Okay.
don't want to do the full vinaigrette, um, there's something about that vinaigrette. A simple vinaigrette it'll just make everything pop. It will level up the flavor. If you
Okay.
want to go simple and do oil, salt, and pepper, you can also do that. Just toss the vegetables in there. They won't burn. I usually I have this secret. I used to cook everything on 500 in the oven. Most people, they bake their potatoes or at 400 or something like that. Whatever you guys would normally roast them at, do that. Don't listen to me. I like to just get everything done and fast. I would put it in there uncovered for about 20 minutes. I would cover it for about 20 minutes with aluminum foil. And that way it literally could get done. It would not be burnt. And that's why I would do everything on 500. I had a system.
Exactly, Melissa. Like 500, what?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I'm so funny. Like I don't eat asparagus. My husband can eat asparagus the same. When I cook vegetables, I normally cook asparagus for him and broccoli for me
Mm,
because he preferred that and I prefer. But
right.
I need to try different things, but I know it's how you cook them that can
True.
change your mind. So
Well, you see what you real talk with Melissa Berrien is saying. She's helping us out there. She wasn't a fan, but she roasts them with butter, talking about the Brussels sprouts.
mhm,
Um, you see her, you see her thing right there, butter and seasoning. They get
mhm,
crispy. They're so good and they're spicy. So she's using some spice. And I guess when she
mhm.
added the spice, she's like, they're so good.
I'm with David. Cabbage for the win. I can fry cabbage, boil cabbage. I can eat cabbage like all the time with a pack of bacon. But yeah, a lot of cabbage.
Wait, did you say with a pack of bacon?
Yeah, I fry my bacon and then I put my cabbage in there or sausage. I love sausage and cabbage too. But yeah,
Yeah. No, I'm with you. Those flavors go well together. I will
yeah.
say that I never used to add meat to my cabbage though, because I would just have onions, garlic,
Mhm,
carrots. So I would chop the green cabbage and cook the onions and the carrots. I'm sorry, just the onions and garlic while the cabbage was in there. Put the
mhm,
onions and garlic on the bottom. Start layering the cabbage so that as it wilts, I would toss it. And then once the cabbage is almost done, I would shave carrots and the carrot peels, and I would just season it along the way with that
yeah.
adobo, that sazon complete. And I
Mhm.
didn't really need the bacon. But that was when I was eating bacon. I would use that in other stuff.
Yeah, yeah. We even my husband when he cook his okra, he want a lot of bacon in it, and he fry his bacon first before he put the okra in. But I definitely don't think is anything I can do to okra to stomach okra, so I let
I
him
think
have that one.
I think you could. I'm gonna tell you when we see each other, I'm gonna cook you some grits. Because I think I asked you if you like grits, right?
Yeah, I eat grits. That's the only time
Right.
I eat breakfast is when I want grits. So
Right. So I'm gonna fix you some grits with okra, and you're gonna be like, wait a minute. Like, am I eating okra? Because you won't feel like I'm eating an adverse flavor or an adverse texture. It
mhm.
makes the grits creamy. So David Hunt, same here. I'm giving you some. You see what? Because he's talking about no anything but okra.
Yeah, okra. Mm.
And you
And
see what?
Melissa, she love okra. I'm with Melissa
Mm,
Barron.
I'm
Grits
telling
with,
you.
oh my God. Oh
Well, did
no.
you see how Gardening with Bernie says I wrapped asparagus spears in bacon, 4 spears to 1 slice of bacon for my kids, and eventually weaned them from the bacon and they can eat them alone now.
Okay.
So, that's another way to look at it. Like if you're already eating bacon anyways, start with and you're like, I'm putting bacon in the cabbage. So instead of a whole pack of bacon in the cabbage, save half the pack for the asparagus, you know? And like she said, put the 4 spears in 1 slice of bacon, put that in the oven, roast it, or in the pan. I don't know how she was cooking hers, and then the way you eat it is you slice it like you would any other piece of meat so that you're eating bacon and asparagus. And make sure you're eating it from the tip and cut off that crunchy part on the end because you know how they say you got to cut them.
Yeah.
And if you get that woody part, then that makes you not like them anyways. Also get them at the right texture and they're good.
Save. I need the half a pack of bacon to try to get through to help me get through the asparagus. Like, whew. Yeah, David, I'm with you.
No, you're not. Don't be with David. See, we used to be friends. He breaking up a friendship over these grits and okra. We still friends, David. You're gonna love me even more, David. You're gonna be like, wow, we best friends now.
Oh, look, Tasha Oshi grows okra fried, pickle, raw, stewed.
See? See? And I'm telling you, anything pickled is just so good. So it's one of those things like, let's go for it, right? I like speaking of beans, you know how we said I said, okay, let's revisit the beans also. I like beans, that pickled bean where they have like the three bean salad. That
Mhm.
is so delicious. Oh my goodness. I need to figure out. I need to watch the different gardeners because I know somebody's making that with these beans where you use the green beans, the chili beans, which are kidney beans, and
Mhm.
another one. And
Is it a lima bean?
I can't remember. It could
They
be.
call them wax beans. Or hey, Nikki, the everyday life of an OCD-ish chick. Nikki. Um, is that do they call them wax beans or something?
Those green beans, you're saying instead of green beans, they're wax beans?
I think they. I mean, I think when that mixture, I'm not sure. I don't know. It's just.
Right.
Ooh.
And you see gardening with Bernie, she says, yep, she would roast the asparagus, put it in the oven. I'm telling you. So baked potatoes for this week, right? That's your recipe.
Yeah. So we'll try baked potato this week.
Try baked potatoes and remember onions, garlic, start with those two. Definitely add carrots because carrots are really pretty when you get it with the broccoli. And so
Mhm.
this is one thing I noticed. Like I used to always think like, wow, this just looks so lovely. This is so beautiful. This is so, and who thinks that about food? But we do eat with our eyes. That's what all the pros say. So, go for it. So, oh, you see, Best Yet Journey gave us the answer. The yellow bean is a wax
It's a
bean.
wax bean. Yeah, I was laughing at David Hunt who said I put sugar in my grits. That is not how you eat grits.
Yeah, sugar. Yeah, Tasha Oshi Groves is telling him sugar does not
Sugar does
belong.
not at all. Oh my God. G Mama Grows, you putting sugar in your grits too? Y'all gotta learn how to eat. How
Yeah,
to eat.
or they got to learn me how to eat because I eat anything. So I ain't gonna lie. If somebody give me some sugar grits, I'm gonna be like, okay, let me check this out. What's this all about? Because I'm greedy. I'm gonna go for it. I just don't prefer
Yeah,
it.
I don't want three bean salad. Yeah, I think that's what I was thinking when you were talking about
That's
the
it.
the three bean salad. Yeah.
Yes. I couldn't think of the name of it. I just eat it. So, okay. Definitely, what's another one that we said you can add? If you'd like to try Brussels sprouts again, I definitely say roast them, or if you just want to stick with the broccoli for your baked potatoes. But think about this. You're gonna have at least three vegetables in that potato, which potatoes are a full-fledged magic wand, anyways. So
Mhm.
even though people will say, potatoes are just starch. Potatoes aren't good for you. Potatoes, they really are good for you, guys. We're Some people will say only eat sweet potatoes. Some people will say only eat the purple potatoes.
Mhm.
However, it's growing out of the ground. It's a whole food. And so just think you can make it more powerful when you add some other things to it. So instead of dismissing it, embrace it. So you'll have that baked potato with all these vegetables that you didn't have before, and you'll still have your bacon, your sour cream, your butter, or whatever else you were putting on it, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and so let us know next
Mhm.
week how that turned out. And then another way that you could eat your potatoes, what's a popular way that you like them or that Bobby likes them? Does he have a favorite way to eat potatoes?
No, I don't think he have a favorite way. He eat a lot of mashed potato.
And he
So
likes those.
yes, yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about mashed potatoes this week because we've talked about this before, but uh, what is it? Rutabaga. Remember,
Mhm.
I was telling you that rutabaga really complements the flavor of potatoes. So add half a rutabaga. Don't add the whole
Mhm.
one, just add half a rutabaga. And you do need to boil it first. Like it's really tough. So you'll have to peel it. I typically use a knife, not a vegetable peeler. Sometimes I use a vegetable peeler, but yeah, and it's waxed. A lot of times in the stores they'll have it waxed. So you
Mhm.
gotta just cut off the wax and the peel at the same time. They come off together and cut it in half. I usually cut it into squares and then boil it first
Okay.
so that it gets softer before I throw, because you know how potatoes get soft relatively quickly.
Yeah.
So then what you also want to do is while that's boiling, put into your blender the onion and the garlic.
Hmm.
Once the water falls down from the boils out from the rutabaga, pour in the onion and garlic so it can get a little toasty, right? Let
Hmm.
it cook just a little bit, just in the pan. You can add a little bit of oil or butter if you want it at that time, just so that the onion and garlic don't burn, but blend them up first. Throw it in there. So this way you don't taste the onion, you don't see the onion, it'll already
Hmm.
be blended. And
Okay.
just like 2 cloves of garlic, 1 onion, since David Hunt is forcing us into measurements.
Okay.
And that's
That.
it. Those 3 things: onion, garlic, and rutabaga. Now, of
Okay.
course, people a lot of times they will top their potatoes, mashed potatoes with chives. If you
Hmm.
want to do that, you can, because the green will make it pretty. You can also add herbs. Herbs are nature's like small package of everything. So that's where
Okay.
you can sprinkle basil on it. Tarragon is nice because if you're using cheese, tarragon and cheese, I noticed, are magical together. I like those flavors. Other people have liked them when I've cooked those things. Basil or tarragon. Um, and for David Hunt, half a teaspoon of each. Half a teaspoon of basil or half a teaspoon of tarragon.
Okay.
Some people like rosemary, some people like thyme. Some people like those flavors. And those flavors, you definitely, if you're using fresh, uh, or if you're using dried, you just want to think about your taste buds, what you like. So you might
Hmm.
want to start off with a pinch and increase from there.
Yeah.
Let's see, anything else? Oh, you see what the everyday life of an OCD-ish chick said about herbs.
Herbs. Yep. Herbs are a powerhouse.
Take your meal to the next level. I'm telling you. So,
G Mama Grows is asking, what does rutabaga taste like?
okay, thank you for that question. Rutabaga, in my opinion, kind of okay. So the texture is like a watery. It's like a potato, but a little bit more watery. Like it has more um, water, sort of like it's softer. I would say the flavor kind of reminds you of a potato, but closer to I was gonna say a radish. To me, it tastes like they might have put a little bit of a what do you call it? Parsnip, because
Hmm.
parsnips are a little peppery, but not as flavorful as a parsnip. They have a unique flavor. They don't taste like carrots, because to me, carrots taste kind of grassy, but they don't taste like, and they're a little sweet. Carrots are.
Hmm.
Um, Good grief, I don't even know how to say what it takes. Somebody else help me out. Like G Mama Groves says, can you eat it raw? Corey's grandmother, when she passed away, she had all her teeth. On their way to school, they would pick a rutabaga from somebody's yard, peel it with their teeth, and eat that on the way to school. So you can eat them raw. I wouldn't recommend the way my teeth are set up. I ain't doing that. But
I
but you know what?
saw
Go ahead.
My Vivid Life was asking about a bread recipe, I think. My Vivid
Mm.
Life.
I think it depends on what kind of bread. I was thinking about making a bread today because I always do stuffed breads where I just make a dough and just
Hmm.
fill it up with stuff, roll it, and then it's like a hot pocket. I do a
Yeah.
lot of those breads. And then, of course, I do sweet bread. So, like a zucchini bread or banana nut or whatever. But my kid, because I have kids, I just use that bread recipe to make muffins. And
Hmm.
that way they can pick it up, they can carry it, they can eat it, and they will eat it better like that than sliced. But yeah, we'll have to visit bread recipes soon. So,
So
go ahead.
zucchini bread is sweet. Good morning, love notes. Oh, she said bread for soup.
Ah, got it.
So zucchini bread is sweet.
Yeah, zucchini bread ain't nothing but like carrot cake. It reminds you of a banana nut bread. It reminds you of a banana nut bread.
Mhm.
It's sweet, but not as sweet as a cake. And you
Oh,
see it, yeah, you see everybody's giving the answers to because I was thinking about a turnip. The everyday life of an OCD chick, she knows everything. She's like love notes. Do you see? She said if you've had a turnip, you've had a good idea of what rutabaga tastes like. They're members of the cabbage family, rutabagas are. And you
oh
see,
yeah.
Halal Family Homestead says G Mama grows, it tastes like a mix of potato and a mild radish. I
Oh,
think she meant radish, not rash. And
radish.
right. And she also said I eat them raw, but I cut them up. Mm.
Mm.
And see,
But
Love Notes, Love Notes had to chime in. I told you Love Notes knows everything. She said, to me, a turnip tastes nothing like a rutabaga. See,
mm,
it's to me, turnips kind of taste like air. Like they don't really have a lot of flavor to me. So
yeah,
I don't know.
that's
I
interesting.
Yeah. So I will say though, with your mashed potatoes, try it out. You know how potatoes taste, everything tastes different raw than cooked. Like,
Yeah.
so try a little piece raw, but I will definitely say that it doesn't taste the same way cooked, in my opinion. So that's why I said to start with, use half a rutabaga. You can use
Mm,
half a rutabaga, half an onion, because onions have a lot of water too, and you don't want your mashed potatoes too watery.
mm,
Or you can use a whole onion because they won't be that watery. But anyways, an onion or half an onion, 2 cloves of garlic, half a rutabaga. Let the rutabaga cook and get soft. And actually put it in the water, let it get soft. You're
mm,
going to also mash everything anyway. So another thing you could do is just use the same thing I said before. Boil the rutabaga, let it get soft, pour in the blended onions and garlic,
mm.
let that toast for about 3 minutes, 2 minutes, just let it, and then pour in the water, the potatoes, to let those, no. You drain your potatoes, right?
Mhm.
See,
Yes.
I'm a one pot person. When I tell you I do everything in one pot, I will put just enough water so that it'll evaporate and I can just mash everything. So don't listen to me.
Yeah, I
I
drain
was
my
like, throw the
potatoes.
water in there, throw the potatoes.
So but you let it drain down. I mean, you let it boil down to little to no water.
And then then I just mash them up. Because I told you I'm lazy. I'm just trying to eat.
But yeah, I'm gonna have to try that. So I saw Love Note said it's a yellow and a white rutabaga.
See, when you go into the grocery store instead of growing your own food, you just taking whatever they show you. So I don't even know the difference.
Oh,
I didn't
Love
even
Note said
realize
it's a
there were,
difference.
yeah, I didn't even realize there were two different ones. So thank you, Love Notes, for that. Listen to David Hunt talking about it all comes back to cabbage. You know
All
what?
comes back to cabbage. I love cabbage. So I boil rutabagas till soft. Add butter, salt, and pepper. So you eat your rutabagas, Love Notes, what, just by itself?
A lot of people do that. They just mash them and they just eat them.
Mm.
Yeah.
But
So
if it
go,
doesn't really have a taste,
they
even
do.
with the salt, pepper, and butter, they do have a little.
They do have their own flavor, but I just can't think of what to tell you they taste like because that's why I was like, you know, to me it complements the taste of potatoes, but I don't know what else to say. Like it's not a stronger flavor like the cabbage or the broccoli or those foods, you know. I don't know what else to say. It's interesting how I would just say try it and let us know what your take on it is.
Okay.
Because here's what you do. Definitely boil it so it gets soft, right? And
Mhm.
then taste it. Salt and pepper a little bit because anything by itself is bland. Go ahead and add a little salt and pepper and taste
Mhm.
it. And then go ahead and add the onions and the garlic and let those cook together a little bit. And
Okay.
then taste it again.
Okay.
Set that aside in a bowl so that whatever bowl you're going to mash your potatoes in, so that once you get your potatoes ready, throw those back in the bowl with the rutabaga, the onions, and the garlic. Mash it all up with your salt, butter, whatever you're using. Like I still use
Mhm.
butter. I just use the Earth Balance, the non-dairy butter.
Yeah.
I still use cheese. I just use Follow Your Heart brand because their brands melt. So their Parmesan cheese, girl, I think they put some Parmesan in there. It tastes like Parmesan. Um, some of their cheeses, like their shredded cheddar, that tastes like air. That orange and their shredded mozzarella tastes like air. So I stopped getting those two, but I still get their shredded Parmesan by Follow Your
Mm.
Heart because those melt and they taste good. And I also use their sliced cheeses. They have smoked Gouda, they have the American style, which provolone and pepper jack. And the pepper jack is amazing. So that's another one that sometimes I'll add to our mashed potatoes to give it another flavor level.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah.
So, oh, Bernie was asking about fermented foods.
Yeah, we can talk more about fermented foods as well because a lot of people will do their fermented foods like with the kombucha, the drink, or
Mm-hmm.
with the cabbage. What is that dish? I can't think of it right now. It's a
Bok
ferment
choy.
it's a fermented cabbage. Um, because instead of just bok choy, it's fermented. Oh my goodness. Somebody knows the name of it. And you see what Love Notes is saying about rutabagas have a half white. The yellow is usually waxed on the outside to keep it
Mm.
stored longer. Okay, I'll check that
Kimchi.
out.
Kimchi.
Kimchi, that's it. Yes, the kimchi, like people talk about. But basically, I just know that fermented foods are really good for your insides. And when I say insides, I'm mainly talking about your large and small intestine and that whole system, your stomach, because that's where all the nutrients are absorbed. Like back in the day, they used to say your heart, your core was your heart, your gut is your heart. And it really is. That's where everything happens. That's where how your nutrients are given to the rest of your body. That's how they're passed. That's how waste comes back out. Whatever your body doesn't need, it gives it to there. And so, for all of those things to work properly, the system to move things through, and not just move things through to exit, but to move things through to the organs, to your
Mhm.
extremities, to your eyes, to your brain. That's why they say, yeah, take care of yourself, watch the foods that you eat. And these fermented foods, they really help the bacteria, the good bacteria, the bad bacteria. They help to balance all of those things inside. I'll make sure I get more information so I can give you specific from what the doctors are saying next week because I'm always listening to the doctors.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
I was trying to
Um,
make sure.
Go ahead that you didn't miss anything.
Yeah, any of the questions.
Well, you see, Love Note says you can cook smoked turkey in the same pot as rutabagas, or you can use your vegetarian or plant-based sausages. So,
Yeah, I'm gonna have to try rutabagas out. I think I tried it one time before and it was a failure. So
wait, you tried what? Rutabagas?
rutabagas before,
How? But how
but
did
I
you?
don't think I think it was it a rutabaga? Maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was not rutabaga. I can't think of the name of it, but it was something else, and I didn't care for it. So you know, now it's grown up taste buds compared to the I don't like anything taste buds that I'm trying to entertain. So
Right.
I'm gonna give it a try. Bacon flavor. So
So,
kimchi mess with a lot of people's stomach. Oh, you have to slowly introduce it.
you know what? It's spicy, it's strong, and that's one of those foods where everybody knows that as a fermented food. I mean, beer is fermented, right? So we really could do that too, but we shouldn't.
Yeah.
We shouldn't indulge. We shouldn't indulge. Let me look at some of the fermented foods that are popular and that people can get to. Yogurt, right?
Mhm.
Yogurt is one of those fermented foods. I eat the plant-based yogurts, so I like the Silk brand. I like the what is it? So Delicious brand. Those
Mhm.
have a great yogurt texture, and our friends um, that don't like they don't like coconut milk or they don't like the tang of yogurt. I noticed that for some reason The plant-based yogurts don't have that tang to it. They have a good flavor, they have a good texture, but they
Mhm.
don't have the tang. And the plant-based yogurt, they do have the probiotics that you need, especially the coconut one by So Delicious, because
Yeah.
that's coconut based. And coconut is not a nut, so that's another good benefit of that. You see, there was some. You see, even David Hunt said Earth Balance is the truth. So he
Yeah.
likes that particular butter. Um, did you see anything else as far as questions? Anything?
Um,
Did you see Gardening with Bernie say you can cook rutabagas cubed and add in greens as you cook them?
I saw that, and I saw Melissa Barron saying she was the same way about vegetables. Try chopping your vegetables really small. She don't like big bites of vegetables. I know that is one of my issues, having things too big. So
Yeah, and you know what? So that's where I started to puree a lot of my things because it just made sense, right? I was like,
yeah,
look, the kids, they keep playing with this food, but I'm buying food and I'm cooking food. I need them to eat it. And
yeah,
so, yes, that was the good thing about that yeah, when you puree them, when you chop them small,
mhm.
there's a lot of different ways to make it happen.
Yeah. So like yesterday when I made my Melissa Jameson said she want to try plant based yogurt.
Well, did you
Oh,
see somebody said they taste better to her? Who said that?
mhm.
Tasha Oshie Grows. She said the plant-based yogurts taste better to her because Lioncrest
Oh yeah.
Outdoors is eating that yogurt and good granola, not so guilty pleasure because you don't have
Hmm.
to feel guilty about it.
Yep. When I made my taco soup yesterday, I because I don't like the texture of tomatoes, I didn't use the chunks or I used crushed tomato, so we
Right.
wouldn't have that texture in it. I know I needed the tomato base, but I didn't want the chunks. So I was explaining to my husband. I said, "Well, it's supposed to have. I think it's supposed to have chunks in it, but I don't want the texture, and I still want to enjoy my food. So I just made it without the chunk of tomato."
Exactly. Because, excuse me, I was just responding to something for work stuff. Always working, double timing. So, you know what? I'm with you with that. Textures are weird, but
Mhm.
flavors are what we're after.
Yeah.
So, because a lot of people, they have texture issues, especially like I've heard people say for their children, if they had children that were on the autism spectrum or uh, patients or just knowing people that were on the autism spectrum, they said textures are a big thing for them. And so this is a way that if you have a child that says, okay, and they're not on the spectrum, I don't know if my kids are or not. I didn't get them tested, but because if they're my kids, it very well may be. But the point is that there was something about those vegetables. I realized when I would puree them, we would get the flavors, they would blend together, and not the whole garden at once, but just several of them. So I do
Yeah.
like that we have people in there saying, puree them, do it.
Yeah. Yeah. I like that puree. Well, my husband, he say, "Oh, just eat it. You'll like it." And I'm like, "I can't. I can't." He always trying to get me to taste the onion, and I'm like, "I don't want to know I know I'm eating it, but I don't want to know that I'm actually eating this, like grind
Right.
it up or crush it up, or I'll just push it out of the way because." And I caught myself doing it yesterday when I was mixing the onion with the ground beef. I wanted to chop it up small, and I kept telling myself, "Don't chop it. Just let's see."
Hmm.
And it turned out perfect, but I have to constantly remind myself to try it and see. So,
Exactly. So let's finish up with the yogurt, right? Because
okay,
you've already overcome that. You are now light years ahead. So we got you with the onions, right?
yep,
And we got to move you forward to the rutabagas and the plant-based yogurts. A lot of people are asking about that. So if you
yes,
can just put me backstage for a minute, I'm going to run in the kitchen and I'm going to bring a few plant-based yogurts so that everybody sees the packaging and sees what we are eating and actually enjoying and that I've given to friends. that eat meat, that eat yogurt, that eat cheese, that eat everything. And they were like, wow, it was okay for them. You see, Love Notes did say, I'll say this last thing before I go to get it from the fridge. Love Notes did say that when you make the yogurt yourself, it doesn't have that tang. So,
Oh,
and I've heard that as well. And kefir is another one of those fermented foods. I've never been a fan of kefir when I was even eating meat, because to me, or eating cow's milk, to me, kefirs kind of reminded me of buttermilk, or that was
mm.
the flavor. So it was just too pungent for me. And I'm greedy. I would eat anything, but I figured let me just do something else than
Melissa
that
said,
particular fermented food.
Melissa said, yeah, let me see so I can go buy some.
Okay, put me backstage. I'll be
Okay.
right back.
All right.
All right.
Good morning, whole new perspective. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get me my list ready so I can go try some yogurt. So, whew, what milk do you drink? So I know she does. I think she drank. I know she doesn't drink regular milk. She'll probably bring. She'll explain it to you because she still eat and drink everything. It's just everything is plant based now or not from animal, as we should say. So I'm not sure. Somebody said silk milk or was it almond milk? I'm not sure if that was Laquita or if that was somebody else. So I don't drink milk at all, but you like oat milk as a regular milk replacement. Coconut and almond milk for cooking. Yeah, I know coconut milk is good for cooking. Um, Home flavor blueberry. I'm not a big yogurt eater, but I will eat yogurt. If I have it and I like it, I'll eat it. But oat milk. Oat milk is the best milk, almond or oat. Regular milk make me sick. Well, Melissa, I'm not a milk person. I use buttermilk to soak my chicken in or something. Other than that, if I can stay away from milk, I'm good. Sometimes I use a little bit of milk just for my potatoes, but other than that, I don't need milk at all. Good morning, Mr. Stewart. I don't drink it. I don't use it for anything. I don't even like ice cream once it melt down because it reminds me so much of milk. So I may have to try oat milk. I tried, was it almond milk, but it was too sweet. So you make homemade yogurt taste like ice cream. So I don't know. The weird thing is, your adult taste buds compared to your kid taste buds. You hate to keep saying you don't like something or I don't eat this versus let me try it again just a different way. Just bought oat milk and coconut yogurt for my daughter. She has never been able to drink cow milk. Yeah, I can't drink. I can drink chocolate milk, but that's not from a cow, right? But I can only drink a little bit. Regular milk, no. So I'm gonna have to try oat milk and see. I think I tried silk, some maybe almond, and it was just too sweet. I was like, not for me. That's smart, Lion Crest. That's smart because now I'm starting to like certain things that I did not care for at first. So let's see what Laquita got for us. She went shopping.
Man, I was only supposed to go and get a couple of things, and I came back with the kitchen sink. So I will start with one of my favorites, which is So Delicious. This
Mm-hmm.
is a coconut milk brand, and this is plain. I always get the plain because it has a sweetness to it. And they sell ice cream bars. So guys, oh my goodness, if you want to do wrong, get the ice cream bar by So Delicious. They have like the fudge one. It's like a mule. It's like that chocolate on the outside. Oh
Mm-hmm.
my goodness. And they have one with nuts and chocolate on the outside, and then the vanilla So Delicious ice cream on the inside, made with coconut milk. So Delicious is one. So let me show you what So Delicious also has. And I get the little ones. I tell my kids, use the big container of So Delicious, just the plain one, to eat with our granola. And this is some of that Ibotta granola. This is one of my
Mm,
favorite brands. And this particular flavor is the kids' favorite, the cacao cashew butter one. So
mm,
they're thinking they're getting chocolate, but these are like just cacao bits that don't
yeah.
have any dairy in them. And we like this particular flavor. It says it's non-GMO. It's so they will combine these two for breakfast or a snack. That's a good one. Ah,
Okay.
you see, Tasha Oshi Groves said So Delicious is the best vegan dairy brand that she's had.
Oh man, I'm ashamed to say it, but um, Ibotta had So Delicious, and I was getting it for free.
Yeah, right. Look,
I was getting a lot, and I would ask my husband, "Are you gonna eat this? Because there's no point in me bringing it home like 10 containers at a time if you're not gonna eat it." And he said, "Yeah, I'll try it."
let me
We're
tell
not
you
gonna
what to
talk
do
about
with it. This is what you do with it. I put this one in the smoothies, the plain one. I put it in the
that.
smoothies because it already has, that creaminess and all
Mhm,
of that. What you can also do is you can add a berry flavor. So delicious. My kids take these to school. This is a
mhm,
raspberry one, and they really like key lime. They also
mm.
have blueberry. They have raspberry, but my kids really like these two. hmm And so,
I had to write that down.
all right. So this is the Silk brand. So we also like Silk brand yogurt because Silk, this was the first one I started with. Their vanilla, Silk vanilla is amazing, but peach, that's the kids' favorite. Strawberry is great.
Mm,
Also, they like they like anything from Silk. Their yogurt, the texture is good also. So,
okay.
and you see Vanessa Buckner, she was like, yep, she loves So Delicious.
Yeah.
Oh, and you can freeze it. Yes, thank you, Love Notes. See, we can count on Love Notes to hook us up with info.
And anything that go in a smoothie is definitely a win for me because I love a smoothie.
Right. So here's the thing, when you get that free yogurt from Ibotta, right?
Mhm,
Um, put it in the smoothie because especially if you get flavors that'll match a smoothie like vanilla or
mhm.
peach. I don't know that key lime might match if you're doing a tart smoothie, maybe, but raspberry, blueberry, whatever. But it will just give it this creamy deliciousness that'll just make you like, ooh, what is that? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
And so, you know what? The Hemp Yeah brand, My Vivid Life, is talking about the granola. Uh, I I get whatever Ibotta has. Sometimes Ibotta has Bare Naked, and I've also gotten the Hemp Yeah. I've also gotten Hemp Yeah granola because I
Yeah.
make my granola, but if I have to buy it, I try to get some of these things. So Delicious is soy free because the
Mhm,
ingredients, I'm just answering the question from Halal Family Homestead. Organic coconut milk, which is filtered water, organic coconut cream. They also have organic cane sugar, rice
mhm.
starch, and it does contains 2% or less of calcium citrate, pectin, live and active cultures. Remember, we were talking about the fermented foods. So the plant-based doctors or any doctors, they do say that you have the probiotics that you need even from a plant-based source. Vitamin D2 and vitamin B12. As a vegan or as a plant based person, if you're not eating any meat or animal products, a lot of people will get their B12 from animal products. Most of us are deficient. However, you can either take a B12 supplement or you can try to find foods that are higher in it or at least have it fortified with it. Do what you can. If you know it, do something about it, right?
Yep.
Um,
Um,
I do have a few other things. Go ahead. I'm
okay. I was
you were
just
going to
gonna
read
speak
something.
to Stinky Puddle Ranch, Garden of Twitty. Thanks for joining us, Melissa Barron. She said she had to go. I think that was all that just popped in. But go ahead, we
Yeah.
listening.
Okay, I'm finishing up. I have 2 minutes and we are done because I did mention follow your heart, and I did say that I still eat cheese, I still eat butter, I still eat yogurt and stuff like that. So follow your heart brand. This particular Parmesan cheese is
Hmm.
so delicious. Also, their sliced cheese. I prefer smoked Gouda, right?
Hmm.
And so that's the one that I like. I'm just going to show you that the Parmesan cheese, this is one that we're almost done with. It
Mhm.
does look like Parmesan cheese. It melts. It tastes good. Smells
Oh
like
yeah.
smells like Parmesan cheese. Because some of them don't. I'm telling you, follow your heart. Their cheddar and their mozzarella that's shredded, it tastes like air.
Good morning, coffee talking twerk.
Hey, coffee talking twerk. And they also have sour cream. So with our tacos, our taco bowls, chilies, and
Mhm.
stuff like that, if you're having beans, everybody's having beans right now. And like you said, there's a challenge going on. Everybody's cooking beans. Look, everybody can still have all the good stuff.
Yeah, that
You see
sounds
what
great.
you see what Mr. Stewart said about the sources of probiotics there?
Kimchi and sauerkraut are the best.
Yep.
Oh my goodness. But how do you eat those?
Okay, so they're sort of like garnishes, like sauerkraut. If you're eating the sausage, a lot of people will add it to that. I
Mhm.
had a friend that was from Romania. She would cook cabbage, and the way they would cook it, it was sort of like in a pot where it was more water added. It wasn't
Mhm.
as dry as ours, I guess, the way I typically have it, or like you would see it at a buffet or anywhere. So she would add sauerkraut, and she would also add sour cream. A
Okay.
lot of people growing up, I only knew sauerkraut on like hot dogs and sausages.
Yeah.
You
I
know,
It's so bitter and sour. I
yeah.
think that's
So
what I can't get past, that
that
bitter
yeah,
sour.
and that's why it's just a garnish. Think of it like ketchup. You don't use a lot of it. And kimchi the same way. It's spicy, it's like a topping. You
Mm.
don't need a lot of it. And
Yeah,
and keep in mind, you also don't have to have them. Have some of the other things that you aren't having, like the yogurts, the
yeah.
plant-based ones. Try those in your smoothies if you're
Mhm.
looking at saying, how can I do more?
Yeah, yeah, that's what I want. I want to incorporate more. So I know we need to take baby steps to make sure. But these baby steps that we have been taking the last 2 weeks are actually working, because we haven't ran across anything yet that make us say, "Nah, we can't do that."
Oh, nice. That's so
So
good to hear. Well,
yes,
I know that we're wrapping it up. I'm wrapping it up. I know that you are going to go as long as you like, but I did want to echo what Tasha Oshie Groves said about she had transferred to being a vegan a few years ago and it made her cry. Girl, it made us cry too. My family was in here mad. When I was trying all that nasty food, they were so mad.
yeah, I don't know how my husband would feel about that. But
but, but
before
you
you
see,
go,
well, you see, she did say mostly because the dairy options were disgusting. She said she
yeah,
needs to try these cheeses. Thanks for sharing. So yes,
yeah,
it's different now. We do have cheese options, and I can eat food without cheese now too. It just depends on what I'm cooking, but yeah, the dairy options have improved, so you can still have a cheese toast, pizza. Go ahead. You were going to ask something.
I was gonna say I need to find something good to go with his rabbit now that we now that we are adding rabbit to our freezer. We need to learn how to dress them up.
Well, what we just said, those two potato dishes work, right? And
Yeah,
if you're going to do gravy, you already know people love mushroom gravy because mushroom adds so much flavor to gravy. So definitely, add your mushrooms
mm,
to your gravy. And mushrooms are a powerhouse as well. Mushrooms are so healing and helpful. I won't say healing, you can't say that on YouTube. Mushrooms are so helpful.
yeah, yeah.
Yes. So this has been wonderful sharing with you guys today. I brought the kitchen out here. I hope you try some of it. Let us know, in the comments under the video. Come back and let us know next Monday for the garden chat when I'm here or just when Sherry's here. We want to hear from you. I don't know, Sherry, you might have to put out another poll asking, did you try any plant-based yogurt this week or any plant-based cheeses this week? Yes or no? Or I don't know how you want to do it, but
Yeah, I'm
or
definitely. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, or you might have to ask if they tried rutabagas. That's another one we highlighted,
Mm.
right?
Yeah, so that's my goal. Every Monday after we do our plant-based segment, I'm gonna run a poll for something because it's a lot that we can learn from each other. You
Yeah.
know, different ways of eating things and different brands of foods that may taste better to one person versus another. So how do you know if you don't get different opinions from people? So I think the polls will be good to go along with these conversations because these conversations are helping us eat better, which will
Yeah.
help us live a healthier life.
So
Lots
let
of
me I'm
mushrooms.
supposed to be leaving, but this is the final question I have for you also. Do you notice any difference in how you feel, or are you just are you just smiling because the food is good? Because for me, I always say, well, shucks, the food makes my mouth feel good. Like that's one of the reasons I'm eating I'm eating it. So do you notice any difference in how you're feeling, I guess, you or Bobby, or anything different? Or are you like, nope, we're still just pretty good. We're just happy with these dishes.
I'm I don't know. I always feel good. Of course, I have major back issues, so my back was bothering me a lot, which now it eased up a whole lot to where I can be comfortable sitting around longer. But
Mm.
I usually have to walk a lot when my back hurt. I stand around and move around more, but I can. The food is more filling because
Mm.
last night I wasn't able to eat much at all, but I'm still full. And this morning
Yeah.
all I had is water. So I think the food is more filling when you cook it with more hearty vegetables because I don't have to eat as much.
You know, that is what the doctors say, that they say that the food, the plants, the vegetables, the whole foods or what have you,
Hmm.
it's the fiber. It's the fiber that gives you that fullness, that keeps your satiation or keeps you satisfied. So, okay, I guess you're like a live witness account of that because I didn't expect you to say that. Oh, nice.
Yeah, yeah. I was surprised. Good morning, Real Talk with Natabi
Hey, and
and
Tommy.
Blue Collar Homestead. Um, yeah, I was last night. I was trying to figure out: do I want food or am I just wanting it because it tastes good and I want it? So I couldn't figure that out. I got a little bit and then I couldn't even eat it. I just ate
Mm.
a couple bites. And even Bobby was saying, um, well, take some of that rice off and give me more soup.
Wow,
So, and
really?
I just made plain rice. I didn't put anything in the rice because I knew I was going to top it with the soup. And he said, nope, take half of that rice and just give me more soup. So,
Well,
and even the chicken, I think he only wanted one piece of chicken where he usually want two pieces. So
mm,
something's working.
right? So that's good to know that, and I will say this, that's good to know that both of you are enjoying it. Um, we're gonna have to talk about quinoa soon. Mr. Stewart's putting it in there. Mr. Stewart is like love notes. They know everything. They're giving all the good info. So, uh, what was I gonna say? With that rice, I never make it plain anymore.
Mm,
I always add something, like, don't be afraid, even if you're gonna top it, to even just put those basic things in there, like onions and garlic.
okay.
Uh, try a few other things that you like, some of the herbs, just put herbs in it, but always think about, why eat one thing when I could eat two or three? That's the way I'm greedy. That's the way I think.
Yeah, and and then you look at how much of it you can eat in one setting compared to when you were just fixing it the normal way, your normal way.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I'm full, and here it is, 12 hours, no, 14, 16 hours later, and I'm not hungry yet. So
Yeah, it does. I will say I don't get hungry the way I used to. Like my stomach would be talking to my back. It would be so empty. And now I do get hungry, but not like crazy hungry. Like, man, I'm about to lose my mind. Oh, this is just nagging me. I just feel like I'm starving. I don't feel like that anymore. So I don't know, better quality food, whole foods. It's the fiber. They say it's the fiber. And so definitely enjoy your potatoes this week. Keep in mind that they are packed with nutrients. Potatoes are, and I'm reading directly from Google right now. They have plenty of vitamins and minerals. They do contain antioxidants, which helps reduce the risk. Which may help, because you can't say it
Mhm.
absolutely does, which may help reduce the risk of heart disease, diabetes, certain cancers, and all of that good stuff.
Mhm.
They might improve your blood sugar control, so, they might help you with insulin resistance.
Mhm.
And they say they may improve your digestional health, but they're beneficial for your gut bacteria. So they help everything inside your large and small intestines to, smile, be happy, and they're naturally gluten free. They're
Yeah.
incredibly filling and versatile. So, hey, go for it. Enjoy your potatoes this week and feel good about it.
Okay, I have one more question. Then I'll
Okay,
let you go.
sure.
Your smoothie. You make a smoothie for the kids that you can keep in the refrigerator, not a frozen smoothie, just a fruit smoothie.
Yep. I've done both. Sometimes I'll do a frozen fruit bowl where I'll make sure the fruit is really frozen. Not just the fruit, but the banana, I'll have to make sure that's frozen because
Mm-hmm.
typically I'll use a fresh banana. And so sometimes we do a smoothie bowl. Sometimes we do a smoothie drink. The only
Mm-hmm.
difference is that one is stiffer and the smoothie bowl does melt, so you got to eat it kind of quickly. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I usually make theirs because I told you I'm lazy. Everybody drinking out this same container. The three of y'all got the same germs, so share this container. Or they
Yeah.
can pour it into their own glass. So they
Mm-hmm.
do it both ways. They will drink from the container, they will pour it into glasses, but it's just the three of them having it. So
Okay. Yeah, because I use the frozen vegetables we have. I set them out for a little while, and then I blend them up and I put them all in a big container. But it's still so thick, and I didn't want to put. I wasn't sure what I should add to it to kind of thin it out some, but it's just a
so
thick fruit.
wait. So here's what I do. I'm sorry. Let me tell you what I put in my smoothies. I do use milk. I use almond milk or whatever milk you're using. I thin it
Okay.
out. Definitely, I will thin it out because especially if I'm adding fonio, if I'm adding nuts,
Mm-hmm.
I've got to thin it out. And that's how I get it smooth. I add lots of milk or however much to make it drinkable. And if I want a smoothie bowl, I add less milk to keep it stiff and freeze it better.
Okay, I'm gonna change our milk because we don't drink. My husband use milk sometime when he eats cereal, but we don't drink. We're not milk drinkers. I think he used to drink milk, but I probably need to change. I won't touch milk, but I may
Mm,
need to change it to see if we can do better with milk because they usually just expire here and end up in the trash. So,
right, right. So that's where, yeah, you could try the almond milk,
mhm.
the coconut milk, the soy milk, see which ones you like for smoothies and stuff. We never eat it plain anyway, so yeah.
Yeah,
But I have come to the end of my time. I've got
yeah.
to put these things back in the fridge and I've got an appointment to run to, but this has been so enjoyable.
Always great to have you. We look forward to this. Y'all make sure y'all have y'all questions ready for next Monday, your ideas, and I will run a poll sometime today to see what we all have tried or would like to try. So thank you for everything.
Absolutely. Yeah, thank you so much and I will see you all next Monday if not before.
Oh, I will see you Wednesday.
Oh, yes, I'll be there Wednesday.
Okay.
Thank you
Thank you.
guys.
Have a good day.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
All right, y'all. So y'all got y'all meal ideas going, brewing for this week. Y'all check out Best Yet Journey. She is running a bean collab. Best Yet Journey is the reason why I cook taco soup yesterday. Those beans were driving me crazy, so I made taco soup. But y'all check out Best Yet Journey. She got that bean collab going on. Armsby Farm got a $10 dinner. What is it called? I can't remember. $10 dinner challenge going on where you can cook an entire dinner for $10 or less. So it's a lot of excellent creators out here. Real Talk with Natabi. She out there cooking it up. So y'all make sure y'all check out everybody. Coffee Talking Tech. That's our tech guy. We have Blind Guy, his wife, their life. She do plant-based treats Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday on her show at 11:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm trying to remember everybody. We have My Vivid Life. Who all did we have? Lion Crest. Tasha Oshie Grows. A lot of us. So y'all get around. Blue Collar Homestead. Check out some of these channels. I mean, everybody can teach each other something. It's enough of us to go around. It's amazing. I'm going to be doing a plant-based wheat beans, peer pondering. So what we doing is we just add a little bit in at a time. My husband, he love his meat. He got to have his meat. I'm getting to the point where I'd rather eat the meat that we raise because it's so good. You know, the taste is just so different. Hey, Gail, thanks for dropping by. Um, you know, we know what is going in the meat that we raise. So I'm getting to the point where I kind of just want to go there. So, but plant-based is doing something, it's filling. And I like that part because I don't need to eat as much food or I don't I don't need that much food because I stay full. So it's I think it's good. And like I said, I made that taco soup yesterday and I couldn't eat much. I ate a little bit just to taste it and see how it was, and then I ate a little bit more for dinner, but I couldn't finish the little bowl I had. So, you know, yeah, yeah. We only have the chickens right now and we entertaining rabbits, which I think is weird, but I'm looking forward to it. So, I mean, it's farms meat. We have a mobile meat market, so it's some of everything out here for you. But yeah, I would definitely try, and I'm looking forward to trying things like rutabaga and my potato. I love potatoes, so if I can make it better for me or healthier, it's good. Fats eating American about, let's see, way too much grain and carbs in general. Yeah, coffee talking tech. That's the issue. So that's what we're learning to do now is add more vegetable and fruit to all of the grains and proteins that we eat. Really, yeah. Then they say rabbits. They say they are so easy to raise and much cleaner than the chickens. So they say even if you live in an HOA, because they so quiet, they won't even know that they have them. They said they hear people that raise rabbits in apartments, and don't ask me how, but I know I had a cousin that had a pet rabbit, and that rabbit lived inside the house with them. Our rabbits will live outside in their own house. So I'm excited about getting rabbits because we will have rabbits that we don't butcher, but they will produce our meat for us. So, and they produce so fast. I heard every 30 days or so your rabbits can mate. It's kind of weird, but we're gonna try it out and see how to do it properly. Yeah, so my husband, that's what he's been doing all weekend, binge watching videos about what the different breeds of rabbits, you know, what's the best. We got to have a certain type of rabbit for our area because it can get extremely hot and rabbits don't like heat. So he has been watching how to clean them properly and everything. So my rabbits lived in the house. I'm afraid to get a second one because they reproduce so fast. Every 30 days, what? 4 to 8 rabbits or something. So yeah, but we've been watching a lot of videos. I woke up the other morning at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, and he was still listening to watching how to cook rabbits. So that was our biggest thing. Like, do we entertain the fact of raising rabbits and then not even like how they taste? But then you hear so many people say that they taste great. It's just how you cook them. They taste like chicken. They taste like this. So I think we'll do fine with them. We'll find our balance and how we like to prepare them. And it's a good source of meat versus depending on chicken or beef all the time. So if we can cut back somewhere and these rabbits do us good, I'm all for it. Whatever, help us in the long run, and whatever will help lean us more towards that self-sustainable life. So we are all for it. But Tasha Oshi grows, peer pondering, we are getting rabbits. And I'm so excited. And I'm afraid to let my husband know how excited, because I will go and buy rabbits tomorrow. So I am ready. But all right, y'all. We are coming up on 2.5 hours. I enjoy each and every one of y'all, whether you just pop in for a minute, you hang out for a little while. I love talking about food. What y'all cooking this week? Y'all, did this help anybody come up with any meal ideas? I know we gonna eat some more taco soup, but I'm gonna cook some potatoes and I'm gonna put that rutabaga in there and we're gonna try that out. I think it'll be fine because, like I've said, I haven't fixed anything yet that we've talked about and not really cared for it. Everything I fixed is a new way to cook it. Lasagna, rice. I'm putting onions and green pepper on my baked chicken. I can't complain. My father-in-law has eaten rabbits for years and said it was good. My wife had it one time and she found out it was rabbit. Yeah. That's, I don't know, they so cute, but they look creepy because some of the videos, I'm like, why is the rabbit staring at like those big eyes? A little weird, but is not the way to go. Exactly. The standard American diet. That's what I'm trying to get away from, because I want my husband and myself, and I want my family and friends to live a long, healthy life. We don't know what long is for us. My friend passed away at 108. She lived a long, healthy life. So I want us to live a long, healthy life. We can do what we need to do to make sure we are healthy as we can be. So these conversations need to be had. We take notes, we listen to each other, we network, and we grow what we can grow. If you can't grow it, go to the store and buy and make better choices. And that's where we are leading towards. We grow a lot of what we can eat, vegetables, fruit, raisin. We get our own eggs from our chickens and whatever. But when we go to the store, if you have to resort to going to the store to get it, at least you can make better choices because you have talked to somebody that's tried this or tried that. Oh, I don't care for this one too much. So good conversation for me. It gave me a lot of things to put in my head that I can try, that I want to try, or maybe I didn't even know about. And now I know, and we can give it a try, and that's all we can do. My wife is a health teacher, and we met in the gym 21 years ago. Wow, that's a blessing. So, have you had Joe fruit and vegetable? How many fruits and vegetables have you had today? Coffee talking today. I'm sure she is keeping you in tip top shape, making sure you eat your well balanced meals every day. I thought I was doing that, but you know, I'm cooking a lot of rice and potatoes and meat, and that's it. So, yeah, better choices, better choices. That's what we want. So I'm not gonna hold y'all. I appreciate each and every last one of y'all for every second you have spent with me on this delicious, tasty topic on this fabulous Monday morning. I hope you all have a wonderful week, and we will see you. Hopefully, we'll see you Wednesday over at Blind Guy, his wife, their life at 11:15 a.m. Hopefully, we'll see you there. And y'all have a good week. Look out for that poll. Let's network. Check each other out. Have a good day.